Good morning, my sweet friends, and welcome back to Peaceful Bird Gardens. Danny here, and I just wanted to come out on a very rainy morning to tell you about some proposals that are being put forth by the Florida Department of Environmental Protection for our state parks. And there are actually 9 state parks currently that are on the list for proposed development. And those state parks include Jonathan Dixon State Park, Anastasia State Park up near Jacksonville, which is one of my absolute favorite, it's actually closer to St. Augustine. It's one of my absolute favorite state parks in all the state. Topsail Hill Preserve State Park, Camp Helen State Park, Grayton Beach State Park, Hillsborough River State Park, which is in our area, Honeymoon Island State Park, which is less than 10 minutes from where I live, Dr. Von Mizell Eula John State Park in Broward County, Oleta River State Park in Miami-Dade. The proposed developments within these parks would include pickleball courts, disc golf courses, some glamping type like lodging. Now, I'm not opposed to those types of things, just not in our state parks, and the conservation organizations throughout the state agree. As an ecologist, this is just ridiculous as far as I'm concerned from an ecological standpoint. I give nature walks in both Honeymoon Island and Hillsborough River State Park throughout the year. These types of developments would be devastating to the wildlife, the green spaces there, the habitat. Some of these habitats, and I've talked about this in previous videos, some of the habitats that we have here in Florida are endemic. You cannot find them anywhere else in the world. They are precious and rare. And these types of developments threaten those rare and precious habitats. They threaten the wildlife that are there, which are also in many cases endangered or protected or threatened species. It would also impact native plant species, which are also incredibly rare, sometimes endemic, and protected or endangered. So these developments would be devastating in that way. Now, they would also impact the green space in general, which many people don't seem to realize that with the increased development that we have, urbanization and that type of habitat destruction and loss, that these state parks, that our park systems in general, this may be all we have left of undisturbed, protected green space. And those spaces provide clean air for human beings. They provide water cleansing properties. They clean our waterways. So protecting these spaces isn't just about protecting the beauty of it or, protecting wildlife and the plants. It's also about our long-term health in this state as a species. Okay, these plans are very short-sighted. In my opinion, they're very frivolous, and they haven't really been thought through. So there are so many options and alternatives for creating this type of recreation. I can't even tell you how many pickleball courts in Pinellas County already. I know it's a very popular and growing sport, but we have so many spaces that we could convert into that type of recreational area. Disc golf is very popular here. We have beautiful, already established disc golf courses. Public golf courses, from my understanding, from friends of mine who play golf, they're closing. So golf as a sport is becoming less popular with our younger generation. So a lot of the public courses, it's expensive. It's expensive to play golf. So a lot of the courses are actually going under because they just can't keep up. So these plans, they're highly destructive, regardless of what they say, minimal impact, and it's never minimal impact. That is, as an ecologist, as someone who worked in habitat restoration, that's a lie. And also, the unfortunate situation is that the state did not allow us a lot of time to be able to respond to these proposals. So we just got the information yesterday. They had no intention of making it any sort of a public notice, and it states that in their little referendum. And the meetings that they're holding for the public are all happening at the exact same time for every single park that's proposed. So it's happening Tuesday afternoon at 3 o'clock, depending on the area. So we have a meeting here on US 19 about Honeymoon Island State Park, which I am attending, and we have a group of people who are going to be there. There is also a meeting happening over at Jimmy B. Keel Library in Tampa to discuss Hillsborough River State Park. Now, as I mentioned, I have a stake in both those parks for so many reasons, yet I can't be at both at the same time. And they did that on purpose. So they're also not offering a Zoom opportunity for people to speak up. So they're not really giving the public a fair opportunity to say what they want to say about these proposals. So if you're interested, I highly recommend, if you can't make the meetings, write to Ron DeSantis, write to our governor, write to your local representatives, and let them know that this is not a good use of our state park systems. It's just not a good situation for us to get ourselves into with developing our state parks. I mean, do you hear that? Developing within our state parks. So please contact your local representatives. I will leave links to all of this information in the description below, including to the meetings that you can attend, and also email links that you can write letters to. And also there are organizations such as Friends of the Everglades that have come up with a letter that you can actually, if you go to their website, there is a form letter that's already been written up for you that you can just sign your name to, and I'll leave a link to that as well in the description. So thank you so much for joining me today on this very important topic. I hope you get involved. I hope you speak up about protecting our state park systems. As I've mentioned, we here at Peaceful Bird Gardens are very passionate about our Florida native ecosystems and protecting them for future generations. Have a wonderful day, my sweet friends.